Yo guys, and welcome to a new video. Today we are finally talking about the grand finale of the After franchise. Or is it? Today we're talking about After Ever Happy. Okay, everyone who knows my channel knows that I see these movies as a giant big meme and I will watch them just to make a video and mostly a rant video for you guys. But then the first movie came and was absolutely dog shit, but it was enjoyable. The second movie came and it was dog shit, but it was really enjoyable. Then the third movie came and well, yeah, that wasn't it. It was like my biggest rant I did on this channel in years. But then I thought like, hey, After Ever Happy is the last book in the franchise containing the story from Hardin and Tessa from when they met until the point they obviously are probably gonna get kids or something like that. So I was very happy to go into that movie and I knew I would rant about this on the internet. But then I was watching this movie and for the first half of it I actually quite thought this is alright. It's still bad, but it's alright bad. Everyone who knows my channel knows that I absolutely hated every single twist and turn in After We Fell. But I gotta say, even though the ending of that movie sucked and it ended with a to be continued and it was all stupid because of what they did and what they tried to bump into the story, I gotta say, it worked in this one. This was not remotely bad. Everything with the backstory for Hardin and the way they tried to cover it up and to see Hardin's descent into madness or something like that, and how he went into alcohol and how he tried to fix himself and how he tried to do things in the beginning of this movie with everything that he came to know in the last massacre of a movie. I gotta say, I was on board. I kinda liked what they did with him, with his character. Even his stupid fucking British accent didn't bother me for like half of this movie. So I was like, I'm not gonna like an After movie. That's absolutely not gonna happen. And well, there's a certain moment in this movie where I was reminded of what I actually was watching. And that was when Tessa came back to Seattle, went to her apartment for the first time and saw her dad. I'm not gonna say what happens, but her reaction to that, I mean, it had to be sad, but I mean, I was laughing my ass off on that. I mean, it was not perfectly acted. It was not awfully acted, but it was funny and it was not supposed to be funny. Then the rest of the movie happened and the rest of the story came, and the more we got to the end of this movie, I got to see that this movie was absolutely not gonna end anything in this movie. I got scared because the giant stick in this movie was, I think, them marrying, them having kids, and they gave hints to that in this movie. And most importantly, and most fun to be had with, the book, the writing of After by Hardin. I was looking forward to that so much because that is something that could save this franchise from failing altogether, but then they introduced that plot point in the last 10 minutes. I was so scared that they were gonna end it with a to be continued, and I gotta say, I even got spoiled for that because I work in the movie theater. I had to look for an intermission and for the ending to put the lights on again, and I already saw that there was a to be continued, but I kept hoping that the to be continued was made especially for the After the Next Generation book, like for the kids of these two, or for the before prequel movie that is gonna be made, obviously. So I was hoping for that, but then they didn't do that, and they decided to split the story in half, and I ended up being mad. I was still very, very mad for this franchise. It bumped my score down from an actual 3 stars to 2 stars. I mean, Alright, if you split your movie into two-parter, I am completely fine with that. When it's the finale of your book series, please do it. You have a lot to tell. I can guarantee you, you need to do the two-parter to make it work. But the moment they ended this movie was like mid-fucking scene. They couldn't have chosen a worse moment to end this. They could have chosen something 2 minutes earlier or 5 minutes later, and it would have been perfectly fine, but not mid of that scene. The scene in and of itself was random because, well, not giving away any spoilers, but she doesn't approve of some things, and then she actually goes to some things that she doesn't approve of, and she is there for like a second and then leaves, and Hardin and something else sees that, but they're not gonna do anything with it. She just leaves, and then there's a to be continued. There's no emotional stake in that. There's no nothing in that. So the reason that they ended it on that note really had me worried. And I am taking these movies way too seriously right now, but come on. To set up your grand finale after everything. I mean, after everything they finally get together. After everything, it's gonna be the end. But you set it up like this? Nah, I'm not dealing with that. I'm sorry, I hated that. The characters, we do an after marathon, and I saw a tiny bit of the first after movie, and I actually forgot that Landon, the best friend of Tessa and Hardin, already was in that movie, played by a completely different actor. But I ranted about that in the previous video, that because of Corona they had to recast like half of the cast, which I hated. Just fucking wait instead of pump out your movie. We all saw how that went. So yeah, we are not familiar with any single one of the cast members because they're all just different, and that problem remains. And I gotta say, I like the guy that's playing Landon in this, but come on, they could have done a better job on that. Alright, so yeah, After Ever Happy. The title is giving me a headache. God damn, I'm always saying happily ever after. But I gotta say, it wasn't the worst movie. I especially thought this movie would have been worse than it actually was. So I was kind of surprised with the way this went. It was just, the ending did not stick with me. Tessa did not stick with me. Hardin didn't stick with me for like half of it. And it's just still the After franchise being, I don't know, it's like teenage porn or something like that. Porn fan fiction, I don't know. It's just not good. I'm kind of looking forward to the ending of it, just after everything. I'm gonna watch that movie opening night, just like I did for After Ever Happy. And I'm still gonna be single for that, and I'm still gonna go alone to the movie theater, sitting next to every single couple on fucking Belgium being horny as shit. I'm still gonna be there single as a Pringle. Alright. I'm gonna give this movie 505 out of 1,000, the highest score I've ever given to an After movie. It's actually a 5.1 out of 10 instead of the highest I gave to Collided, which was a 3.6. How did you like this movie? Let me know in the comments down below because I'm really excited to hear your opinion on it. Thank you for watching, and goodbye.